On the 4-hour time frame, Bitcoin is back into a uptrend. In today's video, guys, I'm going to show you what I think is going to happen with Bitcoin and why I actually still think that Bitcoin can break out right here to the upside. Guys, first of all, before we are jumping in today's video, let me quickly share with you a video that I've created on the 27th of March. And what we often see when Bitcoin is in a very strong uptrend or in a bullish with a lot of bullish momentum, we see that the price of Bitcoin basically moves sideways, but that the relative strength index or other momentum indicators, they need some time to come down. We got a declining resistance, and then once that declining resistance breaks, that is an early signal that Bitcoin afterwards will see a breakout to the upside as well. So guys, as you could see in that video, we actually were tracking the relative strength index before the price breakout, and that is basically exactly what happened. We got a declining resistance over on the relative strength index, and we actually got already very early that breakout right here, as you can see, even before we broke above the 4-hour EMA ribbon. And this is something that we are seeing quite often. That is that structures in the relative strength index, structures in the momentum, tend to break out earlier than the structure in the price. So I would say this is looking quite bullish for Bitcoin. We are at resistance right now, so we haven't yet seen a decisive breakout to the upside. We got to be slightly aware of that, but so far this is actually not looking too bad. Also, like we have been saying, the stablecoin dominance broke to the downside. That was also bullish, and that combined with Bitcoin being at this support was just a bullish signal. This is also a trade that we actually shared over on WhaleAlerts. Guys, we said the moment we break above this 4-hour EMA ribbon, that is the moment you got to open a long position, and you can either scalp it to the resistance right here, which is right now taking profits with a profit of roughly 4.5%, but yeah, with a little bit of leverage, that would already increase quite a bit. But you could also leave it open on anticipation for a breakout to the upside from this range. That is also possible. I want to bring you guys to the daily time frame, and we can actually get rid of the EMA ribbon right here. And we have a look at these arrows. These arrows are basically 60-day cycle highs and 60-day cycle lows. You can see that the next 60-day cycle low will take some time from now, more than 30 days, maybe 40 days. The previous cycle low, which we have been handling also over on WhaleAlerts, was actually super precise, because we have been stating that Bitcoin is going to see a low at the 9th of March. At the 9th of March, guys, and this happened exactly as we have been stating already 2 weeks before that event happened. And of course, in the end, you always have to see how it is going to play out. But yeah, this was actually quite nice. We are approaching the middle of the cycle, which means that we are almost halfway in the 60-day cycle. Most of the time, around that period, we can see Bitcoin topping out. So we are not there as of yet, and we can also top out later, but this would increase the likelihood of Bitcoin seeing a local top and maybe coming down until we hit the next 60-day cycle low. So for example, let me explain how that would look in your risk appetite. So starting from the 9, you can look at aggressive long positions, because you know we are getting really close to a bottom. You can also wait till the 10th or 11th, once we have a star doji right here, once you see some form of a reversal coming in. This is a period where you want to aggressive long. And all these smaller formations, like triangle formations right here, bull flag or something like here, you know you can long them, because we are in the season that the price tends to trend up. But the higher the price will go, and the closer we are to the half of the cycle, the higher the risk actually would be for a potential move to the downside. It doesn't mean that it's going to happen, because trading is all probability, but I just want to bring you a little bit in the mindset of a trader, because if you can define these seasons, right, you can define the short-term seasons. Okay, this is short-term, we have higher likelihood to go up, short-term higher likelihood to correct. You know actually when to long and when to short. or when to long and when to take a step back. You don't always have to be active in the markets, right? So that's very important, guys. And that's just something I wanted to share. This gives you a lot of structure. And the funny part is, it works. It really works. These cycles work like crazy. They are sometimes super accurate. Most of the time, the people who are watching this channel already for some time, they know it. We have been watching these cycles already quite some time. And these cycles on Bitcoin are definitely the way to go. If you are a trader, if you want to become a profitable trader, but you don't know about these cycles, yeah, I think you're honestly really missing out. Then guys, when we have a look at whaleportal.com, we see that the funding rate, average funding fee is positive. The premium index is negative, which is slightly bullish. Open interest is coming up with price coming up. We're seeing the take buy sell ratio slightly coming up. So this is a little bit indecisive. There are no clear signals over on WhalePortal clearly confirming or invalidating our bullish idea right here. But that is also the case because WhalePortal brings that extra dimension to your trading analysis, and it will not always have the perfect answer, but it will definitely have at a lot of moments. So guys, how could we use this? Right, so we were actually quite lucky that we could long Bitcoin at the support right here on the moment we broke out from that EMA ribbon. So that would bring you right now in a good position because that position is in profit, right? But if you would right now open a new position, then I would suggest to not do it because we don't have that extra confirmation in that extra dimension of information over on whaleportal.com. Like if we were to see, for example, negative funding rates right here, I would say, okay, that is a confirmation that our bullish scenario that we are watching right here is playing out and that we still have some liquidity to go up from here. So it would make sense to long. But right now, I'm most of the time looking for very nice entries, and I don't want to take an entry where I don't get a confirmation on whaleportal.com. I do want to have some form of confirmation that is confirming the scenario that I'm watching. Then guys, a quick reminder from the promotion of bitget. Bitget has created a specific promotion for the users of whaleportal.com, which means that if you go to whaleportal.com and you go to bitget, to the Bitget page right here, where you can also see the average funding fee of Bitget, which is super nice because there's no other website that is basically offering that. You can join Bitget using this link, and next to all the regular bonuses that you would get with normally signing up on Bitget, it added a extra 10% deposit bonus up to $100. So if you are looking for a nice altcoin to buy on Bitget or looking for a nice trade, you actually can do so with a discount if you sign up using the WhalePortal affiliate link on the WhalePortal website. This will give you directly a 10% deposit bonus up to $100, but that means if you would deposit $1,000, you will already get $100. That is just a reminder for you guys. Also a reminder, if you join Bitget, for the ones that are living in the United States, you can join WhaleAlerts as well, just by submitting your Bitget user ID over on the WhaleAlerts page. But the regular users should use bybit, and you can join bybit with the affiliate link down below. There is also a huge deposit bonus going on. That is a deposit bonus of up to $30,000. So that is quite crazy. Then guys, I actually want to have a quick pep talk with you. I want to go to the monthly time frame, and I gotta say, I watched yesterday a video from Bob Lucas. He is a very good analyst, and basically he has been making videos in 2019, and he's really tracking this 4-year cycle. He also has something that looks like the 16-year cycle. It's called with him a left translated cycle, and that could basically fit with what we are looking at with Bitcoin, with this potential 16-year cycle. And also, I got some comments yesterday. A lot of people like 16-year cycle. A lot of people don't like 16-year cycle. It doesn't really matter what you like or not like. It really matters how Bitcoin is going to unfold. So I'm not saying here, like, I know exactly what is going to happen with Bitcoin, and I'm sure that the 16-year cycle is going to play out. No, I'm not saying that. I'm seeing it as a probability, as a likely probability, and I'm going to watch it unfold. So I also explained to you guys, like, if Bitcoin would go sideways the whole year of 2023, then that would invalidate the 16-year cycle. But if we shoot up right here past the previous all-time highs still this year, with a blow of top move or something at the end of this year, then I will say like, yeah, the chances are increasing that 16-year cycle is actually playing out. And then I'm going to definitely reduce my risk. So that I'm talking about this cycle doesn't mean that it will play out for a fully 100%. It just means that it is something that I'm watching to unfold. But when we can zoom out in that perspective, we can actually see what is going on. Because if we the whole time zoomed in on the shorter term time frame, we basically can't see it. So let me bring out one moving average, and that is the 10 monthly moving average. And what we can see generally, guys, is that the moment Bitcoin breaks above the 10-month moving average decisively, so maybe with a 2-month candle above it, we actually finished the bear market and we've entered a bull market. So we got it right here in the year 2015. We got two monthly closes above the 10-month moving average. Right here we got it as well. The moment we closed above the 10-month moving average, we went into this amazing rally to $14,000. We did got a close back below it. That is true. Bitcoin needed time to consolidate and to continue on this rally. But definitely we have seen the end of the bear market after we broke above the 10-month moving average. And I want you to look at this a little bit with perspective as well, because right now we are trading above the 10-month moving average. We are seeing the second month close above that. It would be really weird if we wouldn't close above that. And just look at this in perspective. Like, this is actually a really, really bullish sign. And like Bob Lucas said in this video, like, we most likely for the next year or 2 years will generally have an uptrend. Right? So a lot of people calling for 15,000, 16,000 US dollars, testing the lows. A lot of people calling still for 12,000 US dollars. Some people even scream 3,000 US dollars. But do take in mind, guys, that these people are part of the mass sentiment. So there will always be people who, there needs to be people who scream that Bitcoin is going to go lower because of the reason that a lot of people are positioned on the sidelines. So the max pain is to the upside. And what comes max pain? Max pain will bring toxicity, and it will just bring, for example, people screaming Bitcoin going to 3,000 US dollars, because the chances of Bitcoin going to 3,000 or even 10,000 right now with this structure is just super, super slim. It's very, very tiny, and it's always a possibility. Of course, everything is always a possibility, but that doesn't mean it is likely that it is going to happen. If you just zoom out right here on the monthly time frame, you can just see that Bitcoin is back into a bull market, and that most likely for the next 12 to 24 months, because if we have this extended 4-year cycle like we used to have, 3 years up, 1 year down, then we can actually have a multi-year long uptrend. Think about that, guys. So even the levels that we are seeing right now, even though we can get always a short-term correction, is great entry levels if you have a time horizon of 1 or 2 years. That's what I think, and also the reason that the majority right now don't agree with that, because the majority, there's so much bearish news on Bitcoin. There are so much people who screaming that Bitcoin is going to go lower, and that is just part of that sentiment. And guys, we have to see that as an effect of these cycles, right? So for example, right here, there were so many people, I remember this so very clearly, that there were a lot of people right here screaming Bitcoin going to 1,200 US dollars. And they kept on saying that even after Bitcoin rallied right here and after the COVID crash. I also remember lots of people were screaming that Bitcoin will retest these lows and will come down again. But basically it never did. right? It just went up, especially if you look from a monthly time frame. And this COVID dump is also a little bit arguable because this was definitely a black swan event, right? This was a very unique event. Also, you don't see this kind of candle on a monthly time frame, not too often. This was quite crazy. So of course, I always think news is the effect, it's not the cause. But this was definitely a very rare event, and it doesn't necessarily have to mean that right now we are going to see a black swan event to test these lows again. So just to make it clear, guys, on a monthly time scale, Bitcoin is just looking extremely bullish, and I think indeed this year will be very bullish for Bitcoin. Next year can be very bullish for Bitcoin. That really depends how this year is going to unfold. But this is just basically what I'm tracking, and this is just also what I wanted to share, that even though we like to watch the shorter term time frame, make sure to zoom out as well and also get your conviction right. If you're one of these guys that already disbelieve in Bitcoin at these lows and you just feel shitty for not entering, see that also as like recognize where you are in that cycle, because of course at the lows the majority will be bearish, so you were part of that majority, right? We actually been published right here on the website or on the channel that at $16,000 I went all in again. I posted it on Twitter, I posted it right here on YouTube. I literally put all my stables at 16k into Bitcoin, actually everything that was left, because for me, I could see that based on time, not based on my emotional state, because I also had the feeling like, oh, we could drop further to 12k. But then I also told myself, if we do that, I'm going to accept that. But based on time, we've reached already the bottom. So we have seen the capitulation based on time, which means that the risk reward for me as an investor is very high to enter at these levels or enter at these periods. If it dumps lower, that is fine. I just probably have to wait a couple of months to be in profit again. But no, we didn't dump, we just went up. So if you couldn't recognize these lows right here, or couldn't recognize this as a good buying opportunity, see that as part of the cycle, recognize that you were one of that majority of the people in this market which was bearish, which is completely fine. But do take in mind that you not get fooled by right now being left on the sidelines for maybe the whole cycle just because you don't have the perfect entry. That doesn't mean you have to go you have to go mayhem and right now all in on Bitcoin. No, maybe you should wait till Bitcoin tops and get a 30 to 40% pullback, but at least have the conviction, what we are seeing right here, that Bitcoin is back in a bull market. Bitcoin, for me, it's a fact. Bitcoin is back in a bull market, and Bitcoin 3k, 13k, 15k, I don't really think we are going to see that again. Max pain is to the upside. I also know a lot of people in my environment who are in stables, right? They are in stables and everybody's waiting for a better price, and it feels right now really high to buy Bitcoin, right? Because we just have seen a couple of months ago it was at 16.5. So it feels right now like you are losing if you buy Bitcoin, while Bitcoin is actually still quite low. Guys, this is just something I wanted to share. Don't want to make this video too long as well. Just want to give my thoughts a little bit on the macro perspective. I think everything is bullish, but yeah, Bitcoin is Bitcoin and can pull back every time. So that's also something to watch. Guys, if you are interested in joining bitget, do so with the link over on whaleportal.com to get that extra 10% discount on top of all the other bonuses. If you want to join WhaleAlerts, you can do so with joining bybit with the affiliate link down below. For the US citizens, you are allowed to join bitget as well. You can just submit your user ID right here, email address, Telegram handle, and I will add you to the Telegram channel. Do take in mind, guys, we're getting a lot of signups right here, but do take in mind you meet the deposit requirements, but you also have your Telegram settings open that you can be added to a Telegram channel. Okay, guys, that was it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If so, make sure to smash up that like button. Very much appreciated. If you're new, make sure to subscribe. I wish you all a very beautiful day, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video.